You sure about this, Dan Dan?
I don't know what to expect from this, Banks. I've never had non-alcoholic wine. But, cheers to research. Yeah.
Research. Whoa. Is that the taste?
Let me be clear with you, Banks. This does not taste like Cabernet at all.
Blech.
This is, expensive grape juice.
Yeah, goodbye.
Not even good grape juice.
Tastes sad, Dan Dan.
I'm so sorry, Banks. Let me get this out of the way. You want to do shots instead?
I'm in. Whew. Much, much better. One, two, three. Action, Dan Dan.
Hi, persons. So, I had this video planned out originally differently. I forgot to put on the sound because I'm very, very smart. So, I totally forgot to put on the sound, so I decided to do this video a little bit different. So, here we go. Nothing bad could happen from cutting alcohol out of my life for a month. Who actually inspired me to do this was my favorite YouTuber, Christina, also known as Mama Swole.
Hi, Mama Swole.
She had a post on Instagram saying how she wanted to cut back and practice sobriety for some time. And I know when you decide to make a change like that, it's a lonely journey. I offered to support by going on this journey with her. I'm really happy that I did it. It wasn't too much of a change, but I'm really happy that I was able to be there for a friend, because sometimes when you go through journeys, it's lonely, and it's sometimes nice to have a friend by your side. Thank you, Christina, for being fantastic. Definitely check her out. I'm gonna have a link in the description at the bottom because she also has a video talking about her 30 days of sobriety, and you should definitely check it out because it's very realistic and maybe you can relate, because everyone has a story to tell, and she definitely has a good story to share. First 2 days, as soon as I cut it out my system, I have the cravings. It's like, now that I can't have it, my silly brain's like, I need it! It's just so funny when it comes to anything you just cut out. It's, you want what we can't have. Persons are weird. You can say that again, Banks. It was temptation, but I don't necessarily drink that much, so it was totally okay. But I just thought it was very funny that as soon as I cut it out, my brain was like, me. But it was fine.
I want it now.
So the universe wants to test me, which I welcome it. Of course that would happen. My skin relatively stayed the same because I drink a lot of water and I've always stayed relatively hydrated. I actually didn't lose any weight. I actually gained 3 pounds, and I leaned out at the same time too. Going out to drink is like a 4-hour to 6-hour to 8-hour event.
Once it hits your lips, it's so good!
Since I cut that out completely for a month, I decided to use that free time for other things. I decided to go to the gym a little bit more. I started a new workout program and I'm loving the results. I actually got a little bit leaner. I put on some muscle. That's because I actually had a little bit more time, you know? And I feel like with life in general, we don't have a lot of time to focus on ourselves. And sometimes one little change like that makes a big difference. And then the other change I noticed, which is the major one, was my sleep. For me, if I overdrink, I have a hangover the next day, and then for the next 2 days I have a brain fog and I can't really focus, and I know that it affects my motivation to train and to eat properly. Throughout the month, I noticed that anytime I felt tired was because I didn't get enough sleep. It had nothing to do with being up a little bit later because of drinking, because what happens when you do drink, you don't necessarily get the right amount of sleep.
Feels like death.
So I felt very rested. I felt like I just got into a warm bath every single morning, which isn't bad at all. Like, what's going on inside my body that I'm not really seeing right here? So it's really interesting. There's no bad of cutting out alcohol at all. The only thing that was a little bit different was the social aspect, but I did go bar hopping with friends when I wasn't drinking, and I have really good friends, and they were very supportive. The only thing they did ask was, are you sure you're not gonna have a drink?
You don't.
I do.
You don't.
I do.
You don't.
Listen, when I say I do, that means I do.
And it was just one time I was like, no, I really want to do this. I'm supporting my friend and I really want to see through to this. It's just 30 days. And they were supportive. I remember when I went bar hopping, the 2 times that I went out, I drank a whole lot of soda water, Diet Coke, water of lemon, water of lime, to keep the calories down. I didn't want to drink a whole bunch of soda all night. And I am not a fan of non-alcoholic beer or wine. There is a Moscato that I came across that I thought was pretty good for a non-alcoholic wine, which I think will be a good base for a sangria. And if you want to add alcohol to it, you could. Or you could make a non-alcoholic sangria. But this in particular brand was actually really good. But honestly, the non-alcoholic alternatives, it's kind of a waste of calories. You're basically drinking soda pop or juice. Use those calories for foods. Exactly, Binks. You get the idea. I'm proud to say I have a very good balance of knowing what my limits are. I'm lucky in that aspect. Not everyone understands that balance. Now that I've had some drinks, well, not right now, but now that I've had alcohol back into my system, I don't overdo it. I just know my tolerance is really low right now.
Wake up, Doc. How many do you have?
Just the one.
Just the one? Come on, Doc.
I don't want to keep it there as long as I can. It's like I have a drink and a half and it's like, all right, it's time to go home. And that's nothing but a good thing. I save money and it's also great for my health and great for my sleep. There are no cons in this situation. It's win freaking win, man. But cutting it out completely is something I don't think I want to do because I feel like it's just something I couldn't 100% commit to. Who knows, maybe in time my mind will change, but as of now, it's not something it's not an idea I'm in love with. I like having the option of if I want to or not. I don't want to be dependent on it, and I also don't want you to be dependent on it. But I do recommend at least try a sober week. 7 days, it's really not that bad.
7 days.
It's a good habit to practice self-control, and this is an easy way to practice it. So give it a shot. If you are planning to make a change, it's good to have company. The journey is very, very long and sometimes very lonely, and it's good to have company by your side. And if you are going on this journey alone, it's okay. You're a fighter. You made it here so far, and the journey's gonna keep on going. Just keep on moving forward. And remember, you are sunshine. Create your own light and become OP. Mucho thanks. If you like low-calorie meals and finding ways to better yourself, we are the channel to follow. Make sure to follow us on Instagram and tag us to some of your food creations and show me the food!